Congratulations to everybody who was here. It was wonderful to this great program that has been created. I wish you all the best wishes for this program. Thank you very much for inviting me, and it's been a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Given India's scale, it just amplifies at a different level altogether, and it just gets picked up. And overall, that's what is again a function of how India and the brand gets.
Thanks. Ishu, what has been your experience in taking Brand India outside our shores? It's a category that is very Indian in a sense, but how does it appeal to the Indian diaspora versus say Western audiences, and do you target them at all?
One of the advantages we have as Indians is Indians love jewelry, and they love to flaunt it. We have customs like weddings where jewelry is an integral part. You cannot have an Indian wedding without jewelry. So in that sense, the job is a little more easily cut out. But I'd like to talk about a couple of interesting points. One is the perception that Indian jewelers had and how it has changed over time. Perception even of international, dealers, and I am mainly in the jewelry segment. So I won't talk about diamonds because India is one of the biggest exporters of diamonds and things like that. But even as far as jewelry making is concerned, we have now gone really, in terms of competing with the Italians, the workmanship has gone up and things have really improved. So on one hand, we have jewelry which is a very westernized concept, so we do jewelry which a foreigner would wear, and Indians who travel abroad and who are, open to brands like Cartier and others, we can compete not only with them, and then we have the other segment which is the very typical Indian.
I've had to request everybody to applaud, but the time you've come in, I haven't had to say that. They've been applauding the time they've seen you. Well, if you have to applaud, applause is for free, so you should applaud any which way for whoever, whether for me or for anybody else. I think that's mandatory. But I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Nexbrands for giving me this award, and it feels amazing, purely because I know what it takes. Right now, I'm so busy trying to build a brand of my own, which is, I have an online clothing brand which is called The Closet Label, and it's a lot of hard work, it's a lot of patience, a lot of money, and a lot of support. So I can only imagine, right now doing that alone, I think, is making me grey every single day, but nevertheless, it's a fantastic venture, and I'm really happy that I have something that I can call my own. So thank you once again for this visionary award, Nexbrands. Thank you very much.
But Bollywood has boosted tourism for countries like Australia, New Zealand, where my sister Anisha and Ritik shot their first film, Rohana Pyar Hai. Recently, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara was shot in Spain, and it increased their numbers in terms of tourism tremendously. Of course, everyone knows the contribution that the late Yash Chopra made to Switzerland and their tourism. So much so that I'm surprised why we Indians still have to apply for visas to these countries. If Mr. Modi watches this telecast, Mr. Modi, maybe you can take this up. Anyways, the economic impact is clear, but the effect on the wider economy and on society at large is also significant. Cinema has always been a reflection of its society and culture, both past and present. It is also a form of communication and a powerful tool to push culture, education, and propaganda. Most Bollywood movies revolve around the theme of love and end in happily ever after. And why not? I think we all want to escape to that perfect world of beauty, love and happiness, don't we? But what we also need to address are the issues of today's times. Building messages into our stories. Cinema has the power to mold opinions as well as to educate the audience. And as an industry, it should be up to us to elevate society through the medium of art. And what better than cinema? Cinema has a massive contribution in influencing the masses. The impact runs so deep that it influences our future. Our future, you ask? Yes, absolutely. Case in point would be a film that I'm a big fan of, and a director I'm a big fan of, Rashkumar Hirani.